I'm Ginny Hogan, artist, painter, and paper maker. This is some of my artwork that you see behind me on the handmade paper. I also teach paper making classes, and today I'm going to do a quick demo on how to make paper. It's going to be simplified, so follow me closely. Paper is made from plants. Paper is made from the cellulose fiber of plants. You can make paper from any plant, but cotton, for instance, has a very long cellulose fiber. It makes a strong paper. So today we're going to use something called cotton linters. We're going to rip those linters into 1-inch squares and soak them in water to soften them up. Then we're going to take some of those softened squares and put them in our blender, just a regular kitchen blender. And then we add some water. It doesn't take much fiber to make a batch of pulp. Turn on the blender. And you have some paper pulp. You want to get a close-up of that. Look at that. Ooh, nice fibers. Let's put it back in. Add some more water. We don't want to make just white paper. Although I use white paper in my artwork, we like to color the paper in the class. So normally in the class we would use pure pigments, we would use dried pigments, we would use calcium carbonate, we would use a retention agent. But to keep this simple for the video, I am going to use just some colored tissue paper. I'm going to put it in the blender. And it will start to color our pulp. Now there are many things you can put in pulp. You can put fresh herbs, dried herbs, glitter, other sheets and kinds of paper, flower petals, confetti. I think today I'm going to try some confetti. And also a few flower petals. And let's blend it again. Okay, now we have our pulp. Then we take a screen, and you will learn how to make these screens in the class. Put the screen over a sink or a bin, and then we'll be pouring the pulp onto the screen. And you want to try to do it, let's use this bowl, as evenly as possible. And to add a little interest, I'm going to take this little paper, handmade paper heart, and I'm going to put that on there. And then I'm going to pour the pulp on top of it. Very pretty. Look at all the colors. You can see the remains of those marigold petals. Okay. Once you've used up all your pulp, then you want to take a household sponge, which I'm not sure where that went. Here we go. Take just a regular household sponge and very, very lightly, because you do not want to stretch your screen, press to get some of the water out. When you have some of the water out like that, you can lift up your screen and place it on a hard surface. and get the remaining of the water out. And you can see I'm using a rolling motion with my wrist. If you press too hard and pull straight up, you'll pull the paper right off of the screen. And there you go. You have a piece of paper. Now here is a piece of paper that I made last night. And you let it dry on the screen, and then it just easily pulls off. Voila. Now in the class, we are going to learn 7 different techniques of manipulating the pulp. We'll take wet pulp and make collages. We will do what's called marbling, where you put different colored pulps in water and swirl it with your hand and get a mottled look like this. We will be adding color to our pulp. This is one with flower petals, rose petals. Here's one with herbs. Here's one with tea. Then we will be doing some cast paper. You can cast the paper on any object, carving or a Venetian blind, and get it to be to take that texture on. We are also going to do something called inlay, and that's where you take the dry paper and pack wet paper on top of it like I just did. And let's pull this up and see what it looks like. There you go. Ooh. See the heart embedded in the pulp? And this side is so pretty also. I'll let that dry on the screen. Also, we will be working with decals, and you can make your own and any shape you want, and that will be the shape of the paper. You can see I've made a lot of paper hearts, and I used cookie cutters to make those. So we are going to have a lot of fun. Another one of the techniques we're going to do is painting with pulp, where you take turkey basters and fill them with pulp and squirt it in patterns on the screen. A lot of fun. Now, I don't make small batches in a blender to do my artwork. I use something like this in a 5-gallon bucket. Now, my artwork, this is one sheet of paper. I have screens of all sizes, and I wrinkle the paper and then mount it on canvas. This is unique because it is the paper ripped in long, thin strips, mounted on canvas, and then painted over. And then we have another technique here where I've ripped small pieces of paper, glued them onto the canvas, and then done another painting. If you'd like to take one of my workshops, you can go to my website, www.ginnyhogan.com. Ginny is spelled G-I-N-N-Y. Or you can email me, ginnyhogan@cybermesa.com, and sign up for a workshop. So thanks a lot for joining me today.